Hello, just a quick video here to talk about statistical notation, both in the exam and with this homework. There appears that I didn't cover this appropriately, so let me just do that really quickly. So statistical notation is a way in which statistics are presented in text. So you'll find in your APA manual that there's a section on tables and a section on various ways to represent statistics in text. And a couple books I want to show you that are worth getting, certainly if you're doing a quantitative dissertation, are these by APA. Okay, displaying your findings and presenting your findings. Okay, and these are both by APA by Adelheid and Pexman. You can get them for $4 on eBay, which is where I got mine. Or you can pay the full retail price of $40 for the same thing. So let me walk through this. And I just listed 4 here. There's statistical notation for every stat, and but these are the 4 that we've covered in class. And so here we have T, the t-test, F for ANOVA, R for correlation, and R squared, and R is also reported, R squared for regression and multiple regression. Now, the T here, you'll see in parentheses, the parentheses is your degrees of freedom. Now, every stat has its own degrees of freedom formula. And if you recall from the ANOVA presentation that there are several different ones for parts of ANOVA, but so let's take a look at these. Here, degrees of freedom, you have degrees of freedom over here in sample 1, sample 2, minus 2. So you have the 2 samples, or basically the entire sample, the entire study sample minus 2. And that's what goes in the parentheses. The parentheses is the degrees of freedom. And then you have the actual statistical value, which is the same thing as a critical value. So this I probably am not pointing to it. This right here is the critical value that you find when you calculate the statistics. So T, 141. And then here, F, 1.71. These you would take to your statistical table, look them up, and say, is this significant or not? Okay, so you have the statistic here, italicized. In parentheses, you have the degrees of freedom. Over here to the right, you have the degrees of freedom formula. You have the test statistic here, and then you have your p-value, your probability that it is a true finding. So hopefully that's helpful to you, and this statistical notation sheet will be placed on Canvas in the additional resources section. So let me know if you have any questions.